We are now looking at this channel, which I'm actually excited to watch a video from it for the first time. It's called The Indian Atheist, and he is responding to the celebrity that I don't know how to pronounce. I know this is a celebrity that went after me on Twitter when I used to have Twitter. I don't have any Twitter anymore because a Hindutva mob came after my Twitter account and mass reported it out of existence, so it doesn't exist anymore. But when I used to be on Twitter, this Indian celebrity was one of the people who attacked me on Twitter and got the entire mob. Half of India went. I'm exaggerating. Please don't correct me in the live chat. I'm exaggerating. But half of India went after me because of the celebrity highlighting Sexy Cali. So there we go. I think that's how it started. I'm not sure actually. But so I was always interested in looking at this channel because I think like I was looking for some sane content, like people who know what they're talking about, to go after Hinduism and Hinduism related stuff, and I didn't know if it existed. I looked around and I thought John was one of those people, and then John ended up being insane, so he's not it. So I was like, hey, this guy might be it. And today we're going to look at it and see if this is actually a channel that we could learn from. Especially because it's about, this video especially is about, is highlighting a celebrity that went after me. And it's about the caste system, which we have been recently talking about. So I was like, hey, this is it. This is a great video for us to get started. And see if by the end of this, we could endorse the Indian Atheist as one of the channels who finally is providing some much needed content on criticizing Hinduism and Hinduism related stuff from somebody that is actually like very deep, like we could learn from him together. And the good thing about it, he doesn't say Hindu atheist, right? He's not a Hindu atheist, he's just fully atheist. He's like, I don't know if he's going to be ex-Hindu or something. We're going to learn that from together. All right, okay, so we have Amoeba on Twitch, Soho on Twitch, Toril is here, Ex-Shia is here. Guys, if you're watching this later, if you're not part of the live chat, that means that maybe you didn't hit the notification bell. Maybe, I don't know. But make sure you're not just subscribed, you also hit the notification bell because, and then you select all, hit the notification bell, select all, because that's the only way you can know when we're going to be live. Nothing else is reliable. You have to hit the notification bell, and then you could join here in the live chat, and I will highlight your comments, like this person that's telling me hi. Deborah is here as well. Was Harris Sultan here? I saw Harris Sultan somewhere. I'm not sure if I was imagining that. But anyways, let's continue. Let's start from the beginning.
An ideal society should be mobile, full of channels for conveying the change taking place in one part.
What the hell? Okay, I didn't expect this to start with the music like this. An ideal society should be mobile, full of channels for conveying a change taking place in one part to the other parts. I have no idea what I just read.
To the other part.
In an ideal society, there should be many interests.
In an ideal
concisely communicated
society, there should be many.
Okay, first of all, feedback for the Indian Atheist. Don't make the music louder than your voice because I can't hear a thing. I actually just have to read the text. In an ideal society, there should be many interests concisely communicated and shared. There should be various and free points. Guys, can you even hear anything what he's saying? Of contact with other modes of association. Okay, this is one of those quotes that just doesn't mean, yeah, just like, okay, good things are good, bad things are bad. Jesus Christ, the music is so loud! Can we just get to the... Oh, there.
Namaskar, Adab and
Finally, some loud audio. Okay, Namaskar, I don't know what this is.
welcome. I'm Aditya and you're watching The Indian Atheist. In a series of recent tweets, Kangana Ranaut laid bare her views on the issue of caste-based reservations.
This is the lady that went after me. This is the lady that was like, didn't like my tweet about Sexy Cali. Wait, how do you pronounce her name again? I never get it. Hold on.
Indian Atheist. In a series of recent tweets, Kangana Ranaut laid bare her views on the issue of caste-based reservations.
So this celebrity who attacked me on Twitter is also talking about caste system. So we're going to review her tweets. Oh, look at this. Harris Sultan is here. He's saying I subscribe to this Indian. Okay. So Harris Sultan is subscribed to this Indian atheist channel. Is it good, Harris? Yeah, I like the art style. I like the art style, and I also like how his background. Look at this guy's background. Look at the. Is that who's that? Is that I don't know who that is. But look at the art and the books here is pretty nice. The color of the background matches the color that. So he knows how to do cinema. Like the quality is pretty good. So he knows how to do visuals.
Especially in professions like doctors, engineers, pilots, most deserving people suffer reservations. We as a nation suffer mediocrity, and brilliance finds a reluctant escape to the US. Shame.
Okay, so what are we reading? Right. So this reservation thing. By the way, guys, I hope is that Dawkins? I thought that was Dawkins. I didn't want to assume. Yeah, that looks like Dawkins. Okay, so this whole situation with reservations and the caste system, I'm not very familiar with. So I'm hoping people in the live chat could help me out with understanding what's going on. But this is the tweet. Especially in professions like doctors, engineers, pilots, most deserving people suffer reservations. We as a nation suffer mediocrity, and brilliance finds reluctant escape to United States. Shame. Okay, so is this whole reservation thing kind of like the quota system in United States for minorities? Is that what we're looking at here? I'm just trying to figure it out based on what the tweet is happening. Terrell saying, I see Dr. Ambedkar, India's Thomas Jefferson. Oh yeah, that guy over there. Yeah. On the wall behind him, left of his head. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You can pronounce her name. Okay, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. But guys, is that my understanding of these reservations? Is that what my understanding? Okay, I think he's gonna explain more. No, Anmol is saying no. A lot of you in the live chat seem not to like this lady. You're saying she's an opportunist narcissist who is being, I don't know what that word is. Some people saying she's an ex-celebrity. Okay, so somebody's saying my understanding is no. So another person is saying yes. So I'm getting contradiction. Oh yes, so look at this. Yeah, it's a quota system. See, it is a quota system. I just got it based on that tweet. Ex-Shia is saying reservation is the positive discrimination under government of India, which quotas for Dalits and tribals in India. Okay, so it is just like yes, quotas for discriminated groups. Like it's a quota system for the Dalits, the outcasts, the people who have been discriminated against. Oh yeah, so people are saying yes, reservation is the affirmative action system in India. Reservations were an initiative from the government to ensure balance in jobs and education. So it's basically this kind of like the quotas in universities for black people in the United States, something like that. But I don't know. So here's another recommendation for the Indian atheist. Maybe explain a concept before you jump into the tweet. I think I don't know if the Indian atheist is ever gonna watch this video, but that's my feedback. Like, assume like people have no idea about these concepts and explain it before you jump into it. Unless you're only appealing to Indian community and you think they already know that, then I guess don't bother. But I think there's an opportunity for us non-Indian to learn a lot from your channel if you do a quick one-on-one at the very beginning of your videos.
Is it just me, or does anyone else detect hints of Trump here?
Oh yeah, so hints of Trump. So basically, she is kind of like the way that this guys. Why is the politics across the world so similar, right? So just like the right wing people, again, right now. I'm not judging it if it's a good idea or bad idea, but just like maybe I'm assuming just like in the United States where a lot of left-leaning people might be in favor of quotas and a lot of right-leaning people are against it and think this is going to be promote mediocrity and get the people that are brilliant to go to other places. That's what the right-leaning people would say. In India, also we have the left-leaning people support the reservations, and the right-leaning people being against it, and that's why he's saying like this celebrity sounds like hints of Trump. But it's very amazing how like it's just like politics in different countries are so similar. Uh, Okay, Ambedkar. Okay, Ambedkar is that guy. We guys. Okay, if Indian atheists is celebrating Ambedkar, we need to learn more about these figures and educate the rest of. I hope like if we're like the Indian atheists, we should like see if we could reach out to him and invite him on Atheist Republic to teach us about different things, right?
Shame. Is it just me, or does anyone else detect hints of Trump here? There is a distinct Trumpiness to these tweets. I mean, apart from the vocabulary, of course, which is slightly advanced for Trump. And also,
it's like he's saying it's like sounds like Trump, but no, this is too advanced. The vocabulary is slightly advanced for Trump. That was a good job.
apparently, Kangana hasn't been introduced to periods yet. One is forced, therefore, to look at these tweets phrase by phrase because somehow the notion of a sentence is conspicuously absent in these tweets. So
I like how he sounds so intellectual the way he talks. I don't know what it is about.
here goes nothing. Phrase 1. Caste system has been rejected by modern Indians. Kangana seems to
Oh yeah, Harris is saying yeah. Ambedkar is a very interesting character. Okay, that's this guy, right? So we need to learn about this guy at some point. Okay, yeah, you guys are saying yeah, sort of affirmative action. So what was this first thing? So phrase 1. So he's going phrase by phrase in every tweet. This guy is like pretty like detailed. Okay, so phrase 1: caste system has been rejected. Wait, where was that in the tweet? I didn't see that. Oh wow, we forgot. We completely missed the first part of this tweet. Okay, here. Caste system has been rejected by modern Indians in small towns. Everyone knows it's not acceptable anymore by law and order. It's nothing more than a sadistic pleasure for few. Only our constitution is holding. Yeah, where does the sentence stop? You're right. More than a sadistic pleasure for few, comma. Only our constitution is holding onto it in terms of reservations. Let's let go of it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so she's saying like, oh guys, this is very similar to the discussion in the United States. So people are saying the racism, is not. We don't have much racism anymore. The only racism that we have is from the woke people who constantly want to talk about race stuff, and they would like these whole reverse race. Now we have reverse racism. This quota stuff is bringing racism back. Wow, this is very similar. So she's saying like just like the way conversation that we have in the United States about racism. I guess a lot of more right-leaning people in India are saying, yeah, caste system is over. The only people that are keeping the caste system are people who, it's in the like want to have reservations, like in the Constitution. If you want to get rid of the caste system, get rid of these, get rid of these stuff. Yeah, get rid of anything associated with the caste system. Oh, look, the idiot John is here in the live chat. The troll, our favorite Islam apologist, anti-Hinduism hypocrite John, our favorite troll. All right, Soraya. Soraya saying, Armin, I mentioned Baba Sheb many times. You never paid attention. Yeah, because I can't pay attention to everything in the live chat. And it's hard for me to keep, like Indian names, it's hard for me to remember, okay? Because you're not familiar with names like this, okay? So, okay, anyways, this guy now is going to go phrase by phrase. By the way, guys, look at this idiot. He's back here. Our favorite troll. Again, I had so much hope for this guy because I thought he's going to be like a good anti-Hinduism content creator, but apparently he's a moron. So now we're now finding better people to go after Hinduism, right? So this is good. Like here, okay, let's go phrase by phrase. Where's the part that he goes phrase by phrase? Where's the? Oh, you know what that sound is? That sound means we sold a T-shirt. I thought that sound had something to do with Twitch, and I was like, what the hell is that sound? I hear it every time. But now I figured it out. That sounds means like we sold a T-shirt.
Phase 1. Caste system has been rejected by modern Indians.
Caste system has been rejected by modern Indians. Okay, so he's going to analyze each phrase in that tweet.
Kangana seems to borrow here, I think, from one of the greatest socio-political scholars of this country, one Mr. Jaggi Vasudev, aka...
Oh, we're going to actually analyze this guy. We're going to go over some of the... I saw you guys were in our Discord server were recommending that some videos from this guy for me to review, so I will do that. By the way, Harris Sultan, you should get a Discord server because I'm getting a lot of recommendations in my Discord server from our community, and it's giving me a lot of ideas on what to do next. So Discord server is a really good place for. By the way, guys, link to our Discord server is in the description. It's like a very family. It's like a very tight community. It's like really nice. Join there. There's so many things happening there. You guys are so okay. Let's focus on this guy. Okay. So she met with this guy.
Of this country, one Mr. Jaggi Vasudev, aka Mr. Sadhguru, who is reportedly known to destroy caste system in 30 seconds.
Sadhguru destroys caste system in 30 seconds.
5 minutes or whatever. The accounts vary. So anyway, according to Kangana, caste system has been rejected by modern Indians. If that is so, how come in Kangana's own industry, the lead characters in almost every mainstream Bollywood movie are always upper caste? How?
See, this conversation is so much like in the United States because people say, right-wing people saying, oh, racism, it was a thing of the past in the United States. It was mostly happening in the 1960s, and there's no discrimination. That's what you hear in the United States. That's what like the right-leaning people say. And the left-leaning people say, well, if racism is a thing of the past, then how come? And then they come up with a whole bunch of statistics like, oh, look at the CEOs, look at this, look at police, look at the justice system, look at the arrest rates, and that's a conversation. That's the mirror conversation of exactly that happening in India, right? So he's saying, well, if modern Indians have rejected caste system, then he's gonna now give you a whole bunch of statistics. Again, I'm not saying if he's right or not because I haven't seen this data, but I'm just noticing how similar this conversation is in India.
Characters in almost every mainstream Bollywood movie are always upper caste.
So the main characters in almost every Bollywood movie are upper caste. Wow, is that true? I don't know if that's true, but it's very interesting. He does seem like a sad guru. You guys saying? Torel is saying, I agree that it would be good to look into... Okay, but let's focus on this. Dr. Amber Bark, I sent you some links about him on the video recommendation channel. Okay, on this guy. Okay, I will take a look at this. But let's focus on what this guy is saying. God, he's a very sad guru. Yeah, don't follow sad gurus. Follow only one guru. # Guru Armin.
How come almost every Indian matrimonial website has a drop-down menu for caste preference?
Yeah, so these are dating websites. Almost every dating website in India, you could screen by caste. I mean, that is really... And I've seen a lot of people who advertise themselves in these dating websites or platform. They tell you what caste they prefer. And even though there are more people that say that they don't... Okay, so it's very interesting because I was reviewing something else and somebody wanted to show that, hey, like caste is becoming less of a deal in India, right? And to show that, they were showing that more people are showing on their dating profiles that they're open to every caste, right? And that was supposed to be like a sign of things getting better, but when I looked at it, I was like, wow, more than half of them, like actually the vast majority of them are still saying their caste preference. But apparently it was still better than how it was before. Like the percentage of people that saying that they're open to all castes, apparently they showed that there's some progress that we made. But for me as an outsider, it was surprising to see that there were still so many people that had caste preferences, right? And the fact that that's even an option on all these dating websites, I mean, think about how far behind India would be. Like, imagine if in the United States, Yeah, I'm not even gonna say that because YouTube is gonna be like, yeah, no, you can't say that. Okay, so it's not a dating website. It's you guys are saying it's a marriage site for arranged marriage. Okay, but the one I saw before that was like a dating website. So this is different. This is like a marriage website. I mean, potato, potato. Like it's not that different, is it?
How come almost every priest is Brahmin and almost
Every priest is Brahmin, like upper caste.
every worker in the municipal sanitation departments is lower caste or Dalit?
And
How
every priest is upper caste, and everybody doing like cleaning, crap and toilet and cleaning dirty stuff. All the dirty works are like he's saying they're mostly outcasts.
departments
So you guys are saying these sites are different from dating website. These are arranged marriage website. Yeah, I read that some upstairs, but again, same thing, same conclusion, right? So dating websites have the like. So I saw the other place that I saw that wasn't about marriage. That was I don't know what maybe what that one was also about marriage. Yeah, but the point is still the same though. Whether it's dating websites or marriage websites, right? Look at this. Look at this word. John is saying India is the crappiest place on earth, and Hinduism is the most disgusting religion. Whoever disagrees can f off. How it's so amazing. How could somebody be so wrong about something and be so confident about their position, and how open-minded they are to opposing positions to just tell everybody who disagrees to f off. This is like a sign. This is a true intellectual right here. It's funny because look at this idiot. He's coming to us and telling us this, and he telling us on our platform where we hang out to go f off. You're on our platform, moron. It's amazing how stupid this guy is. It's so amazing. This guy should be studied. Can't believe I thought do we have any hope for this guy to go after Hinduism?
is lower caste or Dalit? How come there are severe punitive measures in place for intercaste marriages and almost...
Yeah, look at this. Aristotle saying John claims to be an open-minded. He's an open-minded. Yeah, I can't read that, but yeah. That's why I haven't blocked him, because he's so funny. He's so stupid that he's fun. Yeah.
Almost every single Indian village. And how come?
Okay, so VP is saying this video is wrong. VP is saying such a wrong video. My friend is Brahmin and he has T-stall, but he did. Okay, VP Productions. He didn't say every single Brahmin is a priest. He said every priest is a Brahmin. Did you just misunderstood what he said? VP, what's wrong with the video? The video didn't say. I suggest he doesn't make an absolute statement like that. Maybe he should have said most, because then if you find one example, did he say every or did he say most? Hold on.
Departments is lower caste. Testimonial website has a drop-down menu for caste preference. How come almost every priest is Brahmin?
Almost. Okay, great. So he was in. I like this guy. This Indian atheist guy is not making absolute statements. He said almost every priest is a Brahmin. So, like, look at this, VP Productions. Look how wrong, how easily you misunderstood him. He didn't say every Brahmin is a priest. He said almost. He was very careful to say almost, and he said almost every priest is a Brahmin. So you completely misunderstood what he said, and then you're claiming that the video is wrong. Yeah, pretentious idiot is saying Indian atheist seems base. Yeah, so far I like his style.
And
his style of thinking.
Almost every worker in the municipal sanitation departments is lower caste or Dalit. How come there are severe punitive measures in place for intercaste marriages in almost every single Indian village? And how come...
Okay, so there's measures against... Okay, see, he said he's very careful. He didn't said, first of all, he's only talking about Indian villages, and he said almost every Indian village. So he said there is...
How come there are severe punitive
measures against intercaste marriage in almost every Indian village? Wow, that's very interesting. I I wish like there was like some citations or something on the screen, but that's like a lot of work. But that would be amazing. Like if he said any of these things, there would be like a citation popping on the screen. If anybody wants to check this.
Measures in place for intercaste marriages in almost every single Indian village.
No, Harris is saying bias. No, Harris, you don't know what based means? Based means like good. I don't know how to. Harris, you're a boomer. No, he didn't say bias. He said based.
And
It's so yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's exactly pretentious idiot saying nope. Based is yeah. This guy is based as F. Okay, so Harris Sultan is a boomer. He doesn't know what base means. Somebody explain Gen Z lingo to him.
for intercaste marriages in almost every single Indian village. And how come the upper castes dominate almost every vertical of human enterprise in India? Is it because A, upper caste people are actually superior? Like,
Ooh, okay, so he's gonna come with some guesses for what the reason might be behind all of these statistics. By the way, I agree with this comment. Bishamunten is saying, bro, we should get the Indian atheist on here sometime. He seems pretty damn close to home with his care of absolute statements. Yeah, I think this guy so far is giving me a lot of hope, right? This guy seems to know what he's talking about. Harry's still telling you what's base. Base means like, I don't know how to explain. Just means like cool or good. I don't know. What else? Soraya is saying technically, as per Vedas, any so-called Brahmin is priest by default. That's where all the mess starts. Yeah, but the thing is that if you say so in theory they should all be upper caste, right? But you can never like India is so big. So if you say all priests are Brahmin, like it's gonna be like you just have to find one example and your entire statement ends up being wrong. So it's just very good idea to just be like almost all or something like that.
DNA wise or something. Or B, upper caste people simply work harder. Or C, upper caste people have more motivation or a greater urge to succeed in.
So he's like, there's three reasons why the statistics could be true. A, upper caste people are superior. B, upper caste people work harder. C, upper caste people have a greater craving for success.
Life. Or is it D?
Or is it D, upper caste people are dealt an upper hand through the caste system? It seems to me like he's exhausting every single scenario as much as he possibly can, reasonably can. Yeah, can it be anything else other than A, B, C, and D? Man, I like the way this guy, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. And look at this guy, guys. Look at this. He is, putting a shadow under the text as well. So it's like it really pops out. That's like a very good idea to putting a shadow under the text as well, right? I like this guy. I like this guy a lot.
The rigidly institutionalized social hierarchy that we call the caste system that continues to deprive the lower castes of equal opportunities. You have these competing hypotheses. Now apply Occam's razor.
Oh, look at this. Apply Occam's razor, man. I love this guy. This guy's based. Yes. Okay, so he has 4 different hypotheses. Oh, I managed to say that without twisting my tongue. And now he's going to apply Occam's razor to it. Guys, this is amazing.
Go ahead, apply it now. It's as
Apply
good.
it now. Okay, let's try apply it together before he tells us, okay? Upper class people are superior. How many assumptions do you have to make for that to be true? You have to think that somehow they have, even though like genetically they have been evolved completely different, even though that we know that evolution doesn't work like that in such a short amount of time, and DNA wise, yeah, I mean that's obviously not the option, right? DNA wise, we're all the same species, so and we are able to procreate with each other, so there's no way that they have managed to become separate enough for their DNA to be different in any meaningful way from other castes. So A cannot be the option. B, upper caste people work harder. I mean, okay, if that is the case, based on the what we said for option A, it cannot be anything biological, so it has to be something socioeconomic related. So if it's socioeconomic related and they work harder because of socioeconomic reasons, that would still be option D anyways, because the socioeconomic reasons is giving them an upper hand. So if they work harder, it's either biological or socioeconomics. If it's biological, that will get removed if you apply Occam's razor. But if it's socioeconomic, that would just be option D anyways. Same thing with option C. Upper caste people have a greater craving for success. If that's biological, we again applying Occam's razor, that means evolution has worked on them completely differently, and that it has applied to other people, every other species everywhere in the world. And based on the number of assumptions that we need to make on that is so astronomical that Occam's razor will remove C. So if it removes C, if C is biological, but again, if C is true and C is because of socioeconomic factors, again, socioeconomic factors are giving upper caste people an upper hand, and that will also go back to option D. So Occam's razor will mean that even if A, B, C is true in any way, it must be because of socioeconomic factors, and because it's because of socioeconomic factors, it will just go as a subcategory as option D. Okay, so that's how I applied Occam's razor. Let me see how he does it.
The time is
By the way, I just did that like without thinking much. So if I made any mistakes, that I just like it just came up with that right now.
to get some hands-on
Um,
on Occam's razor.
I did
Select the one that needs the least number of assumptions.
D.
Done? Good. I hope we can all agree that it's option D.
Yay! I was right. Yeah, I picked the right option.
If you chose anything other than D, we'll do a separate episode on Occam's razor and hopefully you'll come around. The point is,
This guy is so. I love this guy. I love this guy. Guys, this is the person. Why is this channel only has 400 subscribers? Go right now, find the Indian Atheist and subscribe to this channel, okay? Search for the Indian Atheist channel. This is exactly what we needed. This guy is exactly what we needed.
caste system is not by any means dead. Just yet. It was
I'm gonna invite this guy to our channel, and yeah, and also I hope Harris, you should invite him as well. Look at this, John. Look at this, how stupid this is. How many Dalits have you brought on this show? You moron, John. Dalit was our co-host until the Hindutva mob scared him away. You idiot! We didn't even have him as a guest. He was our co-host. He was our co-host. You moron! Look how easy it is to destroy John's idiotic takes. Bro, you are too stupid to be here. John, let him stay here because he's so dumb. He's entertaining. Soraya is saying, yes, so-called upper caste people work harder to maintain the Brahminical homogeny in society, which also includes caste system. Yeah, this is... yeah.
wasn't more than a century ago that Dalits wouldn't be allowed to drink water from the wells or lakes reserved for the upper caste people. Please note that I'm not talking about dignity or self-esteem. I'm not talking about jobs or means of livelihood. I'm talking about water, the primal requirement for life. Our country has been incalculably injured by the caste system. We can't even begin to estimate in how many different ways it has repressed a whole section of our society. You think you can wash off a stain like that in a mere handful of generations? You'd be wrong. Caste system has been around for thousands of years.
Yes.
You can't just expect it to disappear in thin air in the mere 7 decades since independence. We are a big country.
This is so much similar to the arguments that leftists make in the United States. And again, I wanted to not take a position on this, but on this, they're absolutely right? So there's a lot of people say on the right in the United States, they say, slavery is over, Jim Crow is over. Get over it. Why are you guys still talking about slavery? Okay, and I say and it's gone. Slavery is illegal. Jim Crow is illegal. There's no discriminatory laws anymore. So why do people in the United States constantly bring up like Jim Crow and slavery, right? Like that's ancient history. That's what they say, right? But they're so wrong about that. Again, I think there's some crazy ways that people talk about slavery, like the way that they say they have multi generational trauma. I think that's insane. But it's true multi generational poverty. That is definitely a thing. Okay, so you cannot, just because there's no slavery in the United States anymore, or that the Jim Crow law or other similar laws have been removed, that doesn't mean the effects of that is not going to linger on. Of course it will. If you look about just if you look at the wealth mobility, right? Wealth mobility there's no country in the world that has 100% wealth mobility. What does that mean? That means that the wealth that you have one generation is absolutely correlated and caused by the wealth of their fathers and their grandparents, right? It's not like they see the American dream. The American dream means like anybody could make it regardless of their wealth, and that's a lie. That obvious, like the wealth of your parents, even though you could come up with examples of people that made it against all odds. Every data shows that the more wealthy your parents are, the higher the chances that you're gonna be wealthy is higher, and the exceptions don't. If you find many exceptions, that doesn't mean that trend is not there. And that's not just a correlation, that's also a causation, right? So the fact that black people in the United States have been robbed of the opportunities to gain wealth, and if you just now make the playing field equal, that doesn't mean that now they're going to be able to catch up to everyone else right away. Again, multi-generational poverty is not going to get erased over even 10 generations. And the slavery wasn't even 10 generations ago. It's like less than 2 generations ago, right? So of course you're going to still see the effects of those past policies in today's societies in the United States, right? But here it's very interesting because he's saying that, yeah, even first of all, the caste system, the discrimination is not even gone from India. But even if it was gone, you're not going to be able to just erase its effects over like not half a generation, 1 generation, 2 generations, 10 generations. Of course, you're going to see the effects of it still continue. But not that those policies are gone. Aya is saying caste system is so bad, especially in case of marriages, that there is a gene divide in Indians. There is a whole caste in South India which is fatally allergic to anesthesia. I have no idea if any of that is true. Okay, and I cannot verify this live on air.
Caste system has been around for thousands of years. You can't just expect it to disappear in thin air in the mere 7 decades since independence. We are a big country.
Yes, 7 decades. That's like not even 2 generations. It's amazing that people think that it's like has something as so significant as that could just be wiped away.
Miss Kangana, things take time here.
Yeah.
Caste system hasn't been rejected by modern Indians. It has only been swept under a carpet. The worst part is the carpet is fucking see-through.
Oh my god, I love this guy. Yes.
Phrase 2. In small towns, everyone knows it's not acceptable anymore by law and order.
Oh my god, we know that's not true, okay? Wow, we got sold another t-shirt. That's what that ching ching sound is. Guys, by the way, guys, link to our merch is in the description. Wow, we're selling so many t-shirts today. So yeah, link to our shirts in the description. Okay, so phrase 2 is... Oh, by the way, another announcement. Anybody who subscribes to our newsletter gets a free copy of my book, Why There Is No God. Okay, so Why There's No God is now available for the PDF version. Is available to free when you subscribe to Atheist Republic's newsletter. And you confirm that you're subscribed, then you're gonna the confirmation letter is going to have a link to the PDF version of Why There's No God. So subscribe to our newsletter. Okay, so in small towns, everyone knows it's not acceptable anymore. So the caste system, like people, so our understanding was like the effects of the caste system is could be felt more in rural areas, in villages and small towns, more than in bigger city in India. That's our understanding. Okay, and she is saying even in small towns, people know that the caste system is not acceptable by law and order. So he's going to respond to that. Oh, yeah. So more people are saying they're going to subscribe to the Indian Atheist. Yeah, guys, go subscribe to. We need. This is exactly what we needed. This is exactly what the doctor had ordered. Okay, you guys go to the Indian Atheist and subscribe to it and show them. And tell guys, if you subscribe to the Indian Atheist, tell the Indian Atheist that Atheist Republic sent you there. Okay, say you're subscribed because of the Atheist Republic. So maybe he notices us. Okay, tell him that.
Is that
But again, this channel, it's a crime that this channel is only 400 subscribers because this is. I was waiting for a channel like this for a long time, and we finally got it together. Right? I'm gonna review more stuff from this channel as well as we go on.
so? Order refers to the executive part of the law and order duo. Let's, for the purpose of brevity here, not talk about order. Let's just talk about the law. Order will follow. It's supposed to anyway. Name one small town where the caste system is not acceptable by law. Or name one big town. Fuck it. Show me a single square inch in India where the caste system is not acceptable by law. Okay, fine. I don't want to be the moron here. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that she probably meant that discrimination based on the caste system is not acceptable by law.
Ah, okay. So he's saying like there's nothing in the Indian legal code that makes the caste system not allowed, right? Let me see his wording actually. Hold on. Let me pay more careful attention to his wording.
Where the caste system is not acceptable by law.
Okay, so the caste system not being acceptable. This guy is very careful with his wording, okay? Because it's one thing to say the caste system is not acceptable. It's another thing to say discrimination based on the caste system is not allowed by the law. So you could accept the caste system. There's basically saying, yeah, no, there's no law that makes the caste system not allowed. Discrimination using the caste system, maybe there's law against that. See, this guy, I like it. I like it. This guy is very careful, more careful than we are here with his word. Yeah, somebody, hold on. There was a member comment that I wanted to highlight. Ren is saying people argue that the caste system is only in villages, rural areas. However, 70% of India is rural. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. By the way, guys, if you are a member and you tag Atheist Republic, I try to pay attention to your comments, okay?
Or name one big town.
No promises, right? I'll try. It's really hard to do this and pay attention to your comments at the same time.
Fuck it. Show me a single square inch in India where the caste system is not acceptable by law. Okay, fine. I don't want to be the moron here. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that she probably meant that discrimination based on the caste system is not acceptable by law.
So he's like, yeah, okay.
But so is rape and corruption and murder and employment without minimum wage. None of these things are acceptable by law. Does that mean we don't have rape?
Yeah, this guy is like, hey, just because something is not allowed by law, because that was her tweet was suggesting. The tweet was suggesting like we don't have. So he's trying to steelman her, right? He's saying obviously the caste system is not criminal. There's no crime against believing in the caste system. What is illegal is to discriminate based on caste. Okay, so he's even after steelmanning her, he's like, you're suggesting that caste is over because discrimination based on caste is not accepted under the law. So none of these are also like. Do you think rape is not a problem in India? Because rape is illegal in India. Rape is illegal in India. Does that mean because it's illegal in India, then India doesn't have a rape issue? Fantastic. To the point. Yeah, the guys are like, boom. Yeah, exactly. This guy is brilliant. Yeah, I love it. I love this guy. Like, yeah.
By law. Does that mean we don't have rape or corruption or murder or unlawful exploitation of labor? Just because something is unacceptable by law doesn't necessarily mean that it's unacceptable in society. Case in point, rich assholes mowing down poor people sleeping on the curb. or shooting endangered
What the hell? Did that happen? Did this guy mow down poor people sleeping on the... What the hell?
rich assholes mowing down poor people sleeping on the curb, or shooting endangered animals. It's perfectly unacceptable by law and yet somehow perfectly acceptable in our society, which is why, even after the fact, we
Like Lee saying, just found the Indian Atheist on YouTube and subscribed as you suggested. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, show this guy support. And tell him the Atheist Republic sent you, yeah, so that maybe he like notices us. This guy's saying Armin is low IQ. Okay. Okay. What do you? Okay. This-
keep watching their Fuddu films year after year. And also,
yeah, they're saying even after doing all of these things, people still watch their movies year to year. Wait a minute, what the hell? What is that? Was that PK? The PK guy?
endangered animals. It's perfectly unacceptable by law and yet somehow perfectly acceptable in our society, which is why, even after the fact, we keep watching their Fuddu films year after year. And also,
I hope that was not the PK guy. I like the PK movie.
so just because something is acceptable by law doesn't mean it's acceptable in society. Case in point, homosexuality is now acceptable by law. But try coming out as gay or worse, lesbian in India, and you'll know the difference between what the law dictates and what societal norms dictate.
Yes.
Phrase 3, it's
So
nothing
yeah, it's so dumb. It's so dumb to say like, yeah, caste system is not an issue in India anymore because discrimination based on caste is illegal. Like, yeah, I mean, it's such a dumb point, but he's make that point very well. So phrase 3, it's nothing more. Okay, yeah.
more than a sadistic pleasure for few.
Okay, so it's like the caste system is nothing more than a sadistic pleasure for few.
She's not wrong here, I think. Caste system is nothing more
PK guy is our Tom Cruise. Oh, it wasn't the PK guy. Good. Not the PK guy. Good, good, good. I like the. Okay, good. You're all saying not the PK guy. Not the PK guy. Good.
than a sadistic pleasure for few, which means for almost no one. Let me just check that once again. Caste system is nothing more than a sadistic pleasure for almost no one.
He that comment was so dumb that he had to do a double take.
Wait, what?
Which means caste system is merely a sadistic pleasure for almost no one.
Wait, what?
Which means
Yeah, John, invite him so maybe you could learn how to be a little bit more level-headed and stop being such a moron.
caste system is merely not a sadistic pleasure for all.
By the way, Indian Atheist, if you go on this guy's podcast, just remember that this guy is an Islamic apologist. This John guy, and he is gone, and he's insane. Like, trust me, he's insane. But no, but still, go on his channel. Maybe he learns from you a little bit.
Almost everyone.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. What? I did cut her some slack before, but I'll be damned if I'm reduced to a machine that corrects her grammatical mistakes. Phrase 4. Only our constitution is holding on to it in terms of reservation.
Only our constitution is holding on to to the caste system in terms of reservations. These people just want to get rid of the reservations. Again, I'm not going to judge whether the reservations are a good policy or a bad policy because I think it requires a lot more research. So I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to be judging that.
Right. What did the sun rise in the west today?
Yeah, Jihadi John reckons there's nothing wrong with the Quran. Another problem with this John guy is that he's not anti-Hinduism. He's anti-Hindu bigot. Like this John guy, he uses Hinduism, the ridiculousness of Hinduism, as a way to stir hatred against individual individual Hindus. Like basically the same problem we have, the same thing that me and Harris Sultan and the rest of the ex-Muslim community is trying to make sure that we do not hate Muslims. We just go after Islam rather than discriminate against Muslims. Now John is making us realize that we need to also be worried about that from the Hindu side as well. Because the way that anybody who was trying to argue against John, the way he just went after them personally, and the amount of hate he has for Hindus as people, made me realize, okay, so when we go after Hinduism, we should also like make it very clear that we're not going to promote anti-Hindu bigotry. And that's why I think like people like John are dangerous, because Islam, for example, is very ridiculous. But because it's very ridiculous, a lot of people are going to be able to use it as a way to stir hatred against Muslims, right? And I think like given how obviously ridiculous Hinduism seems to be as well, and how we're starting. Oh, look at this. Look, okay, good. We have a confirmation right here that he actually hates Hindus, right? So, am I not allowed to hate Hindus? You do you, John. You do you, John. We just expose you as a bigot that you are, right? So, we have to be careful, guys. As much as we're going to want to criticize Hinduism and the fact that we're going to be doing it more, it seems like people like John have proved to us that we need to be mindful and also correct people when they go too far and generalize all Hindus, generalize all Hindutva, and even want to like make excuses for criticizing Hindus as people as a whole, right? Or say anything collectively blaming them for something like the caste system, or to make general statements about him. Yeah, see, like I assume that he's like an anti-Hindu bigot, but he like confirmed it here for us, so that's good. Thank you, John. Yeah, I actually saying I said the same thing on John's live stream, and he banned me for just one comment. Yeah, he's a snowflake. Yeah, John is a bigot. Yeah, John is definitely an anti-Hindu bigot. It's so funny because he calls everybody that goes after Islam an Islamophobic bigot, even though me, Harris Sultan, and Abdullah Samir and Apostle Prophet, we call out bigotry while we go after Islam, and yet he goes after Hindus as people and makes general statements about Hindus as people, and then he thinks that, and he calls us the bigot. It's amazing. This guy needs to be studied. This, when you look up the dictionary and you look at the page, look up hypocrite, there's a picture of John right under hypocrite.
Our society is holding on to the caste system in terms of arranged marriages. Our private, organized and unorganized sectors are holding on to the caste system in terms of caste-based discrimination in jobs. The elite of our society are holding on to the caste system in terms of feigning victimhood at the hands of the perceived injustices of reservation. Our constitution is thankfully one of the only things that's not holding on to the caste system. It is.
Look at this, look at this, guys. Look, this person, John. I am protected by free speech, you Islamophobes. Oh my God, this guy is such a moron. These are people that do not understand free. Did we say that he doesn't get to, that he should be banned, or that the government should come? Like, people are so stupid. They don't understand what free speech means. Did any of us argue here that he should not be able to be a bigot? John, you goddamn moron. Did any of us say that you should go to jail or should be like pay a penalty by the government for your bigotry? We're just exposing you as the bigot that you are. Us exposing you as the bigot that you are does not violate any of your free speech, you idiot. Soraya is saying, I should tell you, Sexy Cali was not the actual blasphemy when you approving with this guy's ideas. And I don't know what you're saying. Oh, keep up, Armin. I just understood that part. Okay, I'm just going to highlight this comment for people who understand it.
Is trying to annihilate the caste system through affirmative action, which is not another worldly only things that's not holding on to the caste system. It is trying to annihilate the caste system.
Wait, let's go back here. We completely missed this point. Hold on.
Right. What did the sun rise in the west today? Our society is holding on to the caste system in terms of arranged marriages. Our private, organized and unorganized sectors are holding on to the caste system in terms of caste-based discrimination in jobs. The elite of our society are holding on to the caste system in terms of feigning victimhood at the hands of the perceived injustices of reservation. Our constitution is thankfully one of the only things that's not holding on to the caste system. It is trying to annihilate the caste system through affirmative action, which is not an otherworldly notion, by the way.
So I don't know the details of this affirmative actions, but if my hypothesis that I'm willing to let go of as soon as I'm proved otherwise is affirmative action works if you invest in a community to lift them up rather than putting other people down. Okay, and also if you invest in solving the root cause of why some people are behind rather than fixing the end result, right? If you just manually go and hire people who are been oppressed, what you're doing is that you're fixing the end results rather than focusing on the roots. Like if you want to focus on the roots, you focus on education, job training, basically, access to healthcare, access to clean water, access to basically things that basically solving the affirmative action, I think, works if you fix the root causes rather than manually adjusting the end results to make the problem look like it's fixed. Okay, so again, it really depends. I don't know if I don't know if this whole reservation thing is a good idea or a bad idea, but that's my understanding, and I'm willing to change my opinion. And if anybody has data to show this, my position is not even a theory; it's only a hypothesis for me at this point.
Almost every civilized modern democracy has some or the other form of affirmative action in place for the marginalized. We are not doing anything that most developed societies haven't already done. Affirmative action is logically and ethically the only way to close the chasm between the privileged.
Yes, depending on how it's carried out.
And the underprivileged. That's how you make the world a better place to live, not by building fancy flyovers or by flashing your fucking...
Oh, the Quiet Renaissance is saying reservation exists from elementary school levels onward. Okay, if the focus is on education, then you are investing in the root cause rather than manually changing the end results. Okay, so I think if that is what it's focusing on, I think it's doing good. Okay, I'm not sure, right? But I don't think job applications should be based on quota driven. I do think education, because education it does lift communities up. I think that makes more sense than jobs being quota driven. But I'm not sure. Again, I'm not married to this position.
Say flyovers, or by flashing your fucking smartphone every time you want to pay for a paltry cup of tea.
Wait, what?
Affirmative action is logically and ethically the only way to close the chasm between the privileged and the underprivileged. That's how you make the world a better place to live, not by building fancy flyovers or by flashing your fucking smartphone every time you want to pay for a paltry cup of tea.
I don't understand what that is referring to. I guess the Indians understand it.
Hashtag fuck cashless. Hashtag fuck it to smithereens.
What is this cashless thing? What has it got to do with the caste system? I don't understand. What is it? I think I'm out of the loop with this thing.
Building fancy flyovers or by flashing your fucking smartphone every time you want to pay for a paltry cup of tea. Hashtag fuck cashless. Hashtag fuck it to smithereens.
I don't know what this is, but I enjoy the fact that he's so passionate about it.
Fucking cashless. Phrase.
What was that about? That seems comedic. Oh wow, I did? Damn, Armin destroyed anti-reservation argument too. Woo-ha, I did? Interesting.
5. Let go of it. Sure, we'll let go of it when it is damn time to let go of it.
Perfectly said, no commentary needed.
It'll come. Be patient and be prepared to wait for at least another half a century. In the meanwhile, if you really want to fight reservation, there is indeed something you can do. Marry intercaste. नहीं होगा आपसे. क्यों नहीं होगा? कास्ट देख के शादी नहीं करोगे.
Wait, we need to read this because he's speaking Hindi. Okay, so you could... Okay.
Century. In the meanwhile, if you really want to fight reservation, there is indeed something you can do. marry intercaste
intercaste.
नहीं होगा
You can't do it? Question mark.
आपसे क्यों नहीं होगा
And why not? Yeah, seriously, if you can't marry, if you're an Indian and you can't marry intercaste, then you're either a bigot or you're giving into bigotry. Quiet Renaissance is saying that's a reference to the government's emphasis on smart development, like replacing a cash economy with cashless economy. Why is that a bad thing? Is that like something? Harris Sultan said that seems to be like focused on privileged people. Sankalp is saying cashless economy. The BJP gets all wet to explain how they have created a cashless economy. Yeah, that seems like not good for people that don't have apps and stuff, right? Indian government wants cashless modes for payment, like flashing smartphones for payment, which poor lower. Yeah, that's poor lower caste cannot afford. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. And why? Yeah, so this is a good way. So why wouldn't you marry intercaste?
कास्ट देख के शादी
You won't see the caste.
नहीं करोगे फिर क्या देख के करोगे
Then what will you see?
इंसान देख के
You will see the person.
शादी करोगे पागल
Have you lost your mind?
हो क्या आज तक किसी के बाप
We don't see the person when getting married.
आपने इंसान देख के शादी की यहाँ पर हमारी महान
You dare desecrate our great culture and traditions? Question mark.
सभ्यता और परंपराओं को चूना लगाओगे हैं इंसान देख के
Begone liar.
शादी करेंगे चल झट्ठे Phrase 6. Especially in professions like doctors, engineers, pilots, most deserving people suffer reservations. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say this. Doctors, engineers, and pilots are not professions. They are people who are employed respectively in medicine, engineering, and aviation, which are indeed use Grammarly or something, you know. There's no shame in it.
Yeah, I use Grammarly. It's pretty good.
I mean, she's talking about merit and the pursuit of excellence here, isn't she?
Right.
As someone who has often been mocked for the lack of posh English speaking skills, as someone who did not benefit from the ideal city girl upbringing or the Bollywood royalty lineage as far as the entertainment industry is concerned, and as someone who has been very outspoken about these issues, you'd think that Kangana will understand the role of privilege endowed by birth.
Okay, so I don't know if I agree with him on this guy because those positions do need to be by merit only. I think if reservations should like focus on education, it shouldn't like when it comes to job applications. If it's not based on merit and merit alone, yes, a society is going to suffer, right? So I think that reservations or quota or whatever you're going to call it should just focus on the root cause, which is the main root cause is the education, right? I mean, I understand that if somebody doesn't have the qualifications because of things that they could not control and based on the unfairness of society, like because society was unfair to them and they didn't have enough, the opportunities to get to where other people got to get the skills to become, I don't know, engineers, doctors, or whatever. It is unfair to them, but... And you might think like, well, Armin, it's unfair to them. And if you want to fix education, that person has already missed that opportunity. It's too late for him. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be unfair to those individuals, even though it's not their fault. But as a whole, I think the society will suffer if you give engineering jobs or medical jobs or any other job to people that are less qualified to adjust for the discrimination, the past discrimination against them, right? Adjusting for this, the effects of discrimination is going to be a very long-term investment, and I understand that people want fast results, but you're not going to get fast results. And unfortunately, because you're not going to get fast results, a lot of people that are now unfairly missed out are going to still remain missed out, like still, whatever adjustment you're going to make, it's not going to help them. The adjustments that you're going to make is only going to show its effect like many, many years down the road. And unfortunately, society has to be patient with that. And I know this is unfair to a lot of people. It is going to be unfair to a lot of people. But there's no other way. If you're adjusting the root causes, the effect of adjusting the root causes is only going to show itself in the long term. Unfortunately, okay? So I don't think that these whole quotas and reservations should be based on job based. It should be education based. Oh, you guys agree with me? No? Wait. No, Harris, no. Oh, you guys agree. Harris is saying, John tried to get it famous by using us just like Tariq Fatah tried to use Kangana, Ranaut. She ignored him because he's a bigot. We dropped John because he's a bigot. Oh, very good comparison. Let me see what else is going. What the hell is that? I'm not gonna. Okay, so I'm saying the concept of merit you have in your mind and upper caste in their mind is different. So you'll have to watch Faye D'Souza and Yashika Dut interview video shared with Susanna. Okay, is it okay? You guys are saying yes, yes. Some people agree. Oh, look at this. People agree with me. Yes, yes, yes. Thumbs up. No, this person disagrees with me. Okay. Who else? Okay, let's continue. Maybe he adds some more points.
But clearly, her interest in the matter is limited only to proving how she herself has been the victim of the lack of a variety of top-tier privileges, which is why we have no compunctions whatsoever about mocking her grammar. She's a big girl. She's a fighter by birth. She can take it. Anywho, in response, I'm going to try and pull off Inception in your mind. For this to work, as you know very well, the idea has to be very simple, right? Here's a simple idea. Two girls, one rich,
I already like the story where it's heading.
one poor. Both get the exact same test scores in a pilot's exam or something.
Oh, no, it's going in a different direction than I thought. Hold on, let's try again.
It's a simple idea. Two girls, one rich, one poor. Both get the exact same test scores in a pilot's exam or something. Based on their test scores, both are indeed pilot material. But who actually deserves the job? Now what if the rich girl is not only rich, but all sorts of rich, and the poor girl is not only poor, but all sorts of poor, and the poor girl's test score is
What does it mean, all sorts of poor? Does that mean like lower caste?
just slightly less than the rich girl's? Based on the test
Wait. She's all sorts of poor and...
than the rich girls. Based on the test score of
Wait. So they both qualified, but one of them is poor and all sorts of poor. I don't know what that means.
girl is not only poor, but all sorts of poor, and the poor girl's test score is just slightly less.
So the poor girl's score is slightly less. Okay, because this is a job application, I don't care who's poor, who's rich. Based on this, I think that the person that got the highest score should get the job. I'm gonna not play it and see what is he gonna say, right? However, somebody could argue. Again, I don't make this argument, but somebody could argue. If the poor girl managed to get a score close to the rich girl, she managed to do something with a disadvantage. So that means that she's a higher accomplishing person than the rich girl. You know what I mean? Like basically, there was so many burdens thrown in her way, and she managed to overcome them more than the rich girl had to do, and she still managed to get a similar score to her. Okay? So you could argue that even if the score is the same, or even if the score of the poor girl is a little bit lower, you should give the job to the poor girl because achieving what the rich girl achieved is a higher accomplishment than what the rich girl did. That's an argument you could make, okay? However, even if that's true, if that is true, then employers in a free market, employers should recognize that as who's the best candidate and just adopt that as a policy. That should not be the law. Okay, so you guys are agreeing with that. Okay, I don't think if that is true, then it would be in the best interest of for-profit companies to just adopt that policy. I don't think that should be the law, though. Terrell saying that is actually what he is saying. He said a score just below. Notice the word just. Yeah, I think that maybe that's the point he's gonna make. Let's see if that's what he's gonna say.
Than the rich girls. Based on the test score, of course, the rich girl gets to be the pilot. But who among the two actually deserved the job? What if, in the poor girl's performance, you were to take into account the history involving a systematic deprivation of means and methods that runs back in her family for hundreds of generations?
I'm not sure about my position anymore. I have to think about this more.
There, inception complete. Now all you have to do is sleep over it. It was worth a try. So yes, Miss Kangana, you're right. In the professions you mentioned, just like in every other profession, the most deserving people do indeed suffer.
Yeah, I think even if this is true, it's too much government involvement in this case when it comes to job applications. I think even when it comes to education, I think this is the government shouldn't even tell private schools what to do, right? With regards to this, I think this is something that the government could do only through public education. But telling corporations that they need to have quotas based on caste or something like that, I think that's too much of a nanny state, in my opinion. That could lead into more. That could have so many negative outcomes. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure. I have to really think about it.
The reservation of privilege that we've already granted to the upper castes.
Maybe government jobs could be like this, but not private jobs, not private entity jobs. Hold on. Okay, Soraya is saying, Armin, that's what he's saying. The employers are mostly being casteist. Croton is saying, lower caste Indians are allowed to get into colleges at below cutoff grades, while high-scoring, high-caste people are not accepted. It's not based on wealth. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Well, it should be based on. I think it should be based on wealth rather than caste. Yeah, I think it should be based on wealth rather than caste, because if caste had any influence on you falling behind in society, it will show itself in wealth somehow, right? And if you go based on wealth instead of caste, then you're adjusting for multiple factors, not just caste. So if you adjust for wealth rather than caste, then all the factors, not just caste, every single factor that attributed to you having a disadvantage will be taken account into into your wealth, right? So I think it should be based on. It would be better if education quotas were based on wealth. Oh, Harris Sultan agrees with me. I must be right then. If it was based on wealth rather than caste, but let's continue. Oh my God, this is just for fun. Let's look at this. John is saying you talk like a BGP politician. This is the intellectual we have here. This is the comebacks you have against me.
To the upper castes, the caste-based reservation is merely a means to restore.
Yeah, see, Atheist King 53 is saying I agree. Wealth should matter, not caste. Yeah, because I'm not saying there's no caste discrimination. Obviously, I'm not saying that, but I'm sure. I think that the effects of caste discrimination will have an impact on your wealth. So it will already take that into if you adjust for wealth, the effects of caste discrimination will already be taken into account into your wealth. Pretentious idiot is saying, by the way, I'm not calling him a pretentious idiot. That's his username, his or her. That said, mandatory intercaste marriages. Come on down to City Hall and get your government spouse. Okay, that's a joke. Okay. You're being sarcastic.
Means to restore balance, and a highly efficient one at that. Perhaps it is this remarkable efficiency that's a cause of concern for you and yours. Show me a single.
Okay, so Torel is making up a good point. Torel is saying, yes, root causes should be addressed and merit should be the focus, but if nobody will hire a Dalit with a PhD, then the door is still closed. Religion causes market dysfunction. Yeah, so the problem is that that is already illegal. Like it's so that is not that should be that should be adjusted by hunting down private, so even if your company is private and not government based, it should be illegal for you to discriminate based on caste. So okay, so let's just be clear. If I say quotas shouldn't be based on caste, quotas should be based on wealth, in my opinion, I could be wrong, that is not the same as me saying that caste-based discrimination should be fought against. These are two separate things, right? Yes, the government shouldn't be telling corporations, in my opinion, who to hire based on caste. I think that's too much government overreach. The government can adjust, try to help the Dalits by having wealth quotas in education systems. But just because I don't think it's too much government overreach to tell private corporations to hire based on caste, I do not think it's too much government overreach to hunt down and penalize private companies that are discriminating based on caste. Okay? That is not at all too much government overreach. The government should definitely punish any private organization that is discriminating based on caste system. Those are two separate things. Okay, do not. But I'm not saying, Terrell, that you're saying that those are two different things. And I think there's a lot of different clever ways to show that a company is discriminating based on caste. One of the ways you could do is you could have sending resumes that have to different corporations with the same level of skills. But you could definitely, for example, in the resumes, you could put names that show people's castes, and you could do an A/B analysis to see which resumes get the highest callback, and if there's any statistically significance difference between the callbacks that upper caste gets compared to outcasts, then the government has beyond reasonable doubt that a company is engaging in caste discrimination and penalize. Another policy that the government could have is that nameless application, make it a policy that the governments, that the companies do not get to see or know the caste of the people that are hiring, something like that. But I'm not sure if any of that is applicable in modern day India. Okay. Anyways, let's continue.
Single patient scorned by a Dalit doctor, and I'll show you 10 scorned by upper caste doctors.
Wait, what?
Show me one of that. Perhaps it is this remarkable efficiency that's a cause of concern for you and yours. Show me a single patient scorned by a Dalit doctor, and I'll show you 10 scorned by upper caste doctors. Show me a wonky bridge designed by a Dalit engineer, and I'll show you 10 designed by upper caste engineers.
I don't know. There needs to be data and peer-reviewed research that we could highlight here, because we as much as I like this guy, we shouldn't just believe this because he's telling us, right? I hope you guys don't believe me anything as well. If I tell you something and I hope nobody here in our community ever thinks that, well, Armin said it, so it must be true. Okay? Every time you hear something like this, or I tell you something, you should either be that's interesting. I don't know if it's true, but I'm gonna keep it in my mind if I want to do some do some more research, right? But then if you actually want to really know if something is true, then what you do is you actually well, Armin said something that seems interesting. If it's true, let me go dig deeper. Or this Indian atheist guy says something that seems wow, I didn't know that could be true, or maybe it's interesting. If it's true, I wonder if it's true. Then you go dig deeper and actually look at some research to see if it's true. But you shouldn't, if he says these are the numbers, as much as I like his video and as much as he seems like he knows what he's talking about, none of you should hold beliefs just because somebody is telling you that this is what the numbers are. Okay. Atheist King 53 is saying reservation quota is an important matter in India, but not a single politician wants to discuss it because it will cost them the vote of lower caste guys. Interesting.
Show me a plane crashed by a Dalit pilot, and I'll show you 10 crashed by upper caste pilots. So
What?
that argument cuts both ways, and it cuts a lot fucking deeper on your side, our side. It's best not to use it and make a fool of yourself. Phrase 7. We as a nation suffer mediocrity.
Oh my god, we got a £5 super chat by Shantaram Marley saying hashtag Guru Armin. Yes, the only guru you ever need. The only guru that will tell you not to trust me. There's no other gurus. There's no other gurus that tells you not to trust me, not to trust them, okay? In fact, if I'm telling you I'm the only guru that tells you not to trust them, do not even trust that statement. There might be other gurus that actually tell you that. I don't know. But anyways, the Guru Armin is the only guru you need. Thank you so much, Shantaram Marley, for the £5 super chat. Yes, hashtag Guru Armin. Exactly. AJ, good night. Oh, so yeah, good night, AJ.
Mediocrity and brilliance finds a reluctant escape to the US.
Oh, phrase 7. We as... okay, hold on. Let's go back a little bit.
We as a nation suffer mediocrity and brilliance finds a reluctant escape to the US. We as a nation suffer mediocrity because that's what happens when you rob in broad daylight half of the population of the opportunities to freely, fairly, and meaningfully contribute to the economy.
Was this scripted, or did he just say that like just on top of his head? This man, like wow. I love this guy. Fantastic. Okay, hold on. There's comments that I missed. Ice Age saying you're conflating class discrimination and caste discrimination. I didn't. I specifically separated them. What happens to people who have been systematically suffering both? That is why you have reservation. I remember specifically talking about these two separately and saying one does affect the other, but it's completely being like I don't know, Ice Age. I said like when you have class discrimination, like caste discrimination could be one element of your class discrimination, but it's not the only factor in. So I specifically talked about them separately, so I don't know what you're talking about. Aya saying two people on same wealth level will be discriminated if they are both of different castes. Thus, wealth bias is out window. But the thing is that when it comes to discrimination, like I know wealth is not going to be the perfect measure, but it's the closest thing, all right? Because whatever wealth you have, you will have more of it. You have opportunity to get more of it without the discriminations that you're facing, right? So, yes, obviously, two people of the same wealth, if one of them is upper caste, if one of them is lower caste, the person with the lower caste is going to face more discrimination, right? But given what you have to go through to accumulate wealth in your life, given the exact equal opportunities and the same starting point, one person at a lower caste and another person as an upper caste, the person at the upper caste is going to have more, given the same starting point, the person with an upper caste is going to have more opportunities to accumulate wealth. And that's why, but not just caste, any other form of discrimination also is going to remove the opportunities from one side to be able to accumulate wealth. And that's why wealth is not a perfect measure, but wealth is a decent measure compared to all other measures of all the accumulated discriminations that you face. Again, if you want to compare individual to individual, there's going to be a lot of exceptions, but as a whole, if you want to compare communities to communities, discrimination is going to lead into, different wealth. Wealth is a measurement of the access and the freedoms and the power that you have as a whole in a society. You know what I mean? So I think wealth, at the end of the day, all form of discrimination leads to class discrimination. That's the end result. Wow, I sound like Marx right there. Never mind. Uh, Aluza, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. Thank you to Aluza. What's the super sticker? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. It's Hippo saying one up. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Guys, please make sure you don't give me super chats or super stickers unless you're very financially safe and secure, okay? You can support us by liking this video if you know instead of financially. Atheist King 53 saying actually reservation was not in order to help LC guys. It was only used by politicians to get votes. I mean, yeah, but that's how you make changes. Like if what policy isn't? What policy isn't for politicians to get votes? Like are you going to like say no to progress because it's like politicians ways to get votes? Like yeah, that's how you make progress, by promising politicians that they're going to get your votes if they pass the policies that you like. Like, what else? What else are you going to do? You're like, hey, politicians, I'm not going to vote for you. Just do this out of the kindness of your heart, even though I'm not going to vote for you either way if you do it or not. Like, yeah, good luck with that, right? Ice Age is saying, yes, but you're forgetting that you don't have equal opportunities to accumulate wealth. That's the issue with the caste system. Yeah, that's my point. What are you talking about? Yes, because you don't have equal opportunities to accumulate wealth, then the caste system is going to result in different wealth levels. I'm not forgetting that. That's my entire point. Anyways, let's continue.
And also of the dignity that comes with it for thousands of years. Mediocrity is what you get when you let filthy religious dogmas run roughshod over reason or basic human decency. If our mediocrity is because of reservations, what explains India's poor contribution to science and technology before independence, or
Oof, shots fired.
before the British Raj, or before the Mughal Sultanate when the caste system was in full swing?
Whoa.
Were we in mediocrity is what you get when you let filthy religious dogmas run roughshod over reason or basic.
Oh my God! Look at this quote. I missed this quote. This is such a good anti-theist comment. Look at this. Hold on. Listen to this. Listen, this guys. This is grade A stuff.
When you rob in broad daylight.
Hold on. This is too good to miss.
Phrase 7. We as a nation suffer mediocrity and brilliance finds a reluctant escape to the US. We as a nation suffer mediocrity because that's what happens when you rob in broad daylight half of the population of the opportunities to freely, fairly and meaningfully contribute to the economy, and also of the dignity that comes with it for thousands of years. Mediocrity is what you get when you let filthy religious dogmas run roughshod over reason or basic human decency.
Oh my God, that just warms my anti-theist heart. Oof, that hit a spot. God, oof, that was so good. That was so good. That was like I just had a rational orgasm listening to that. One more time. Give it to me one more time. That was like, oh my God, look at this.
Meaningfully contribute to the economy.
One more time.
And also of the dignity that comes with it for thousands of years.
This one. Now it starts here. It starts. This should be like a meme or something.
Mediocrity is what you get when you let filthy religious dogmas run roughshod over reason or basic human decency.
That was so good. God damn it, that was too good. That was so good. Like, oh, that should be like framed. Put somewhere, this guy. Atheist King 53 saying, but if you look now, they'll see people who are financially stable use the reservation. This must be stopped, but it isn't, again, because the vote bank. Yeah, I think it should be based on wealth, not caste. That's why I think it should be based on wealth, not caste. What the fuck, rational focus? I don't know, I just came up with that. I just made that up. Alright, let's continue.
If our mediocrity...
Wait. Atheist... no, Terrell is saying Atheist Republic. He just made a really good argument. Caste discrimination is affirmative action. In the reverse! Because, as he said, it makes airlines hire upper caste pilots regardless of skill level. Terrell, you have made it... Like, yes! You're right, Terrell. That's a very good way of putting it. Guys, read that. Terrell's point should be also framed and put somewhere. The caste discrimination is affirmative action in reverse. Well done, Terrell. Well done. That's a very good way of explaining it. Yeah, guys, you guys, some people in the live chat saying reservation is failed, reservation is good, is bad. Again, I don't know. I just know quotas and reservations, they work well if they done right. Did I endorse it? Did I not start in this entire video by saying I don't know? I have no arguments over whether reservation works or not because I haven't looked into it and I haven't done my research on this. Did I not do that? I did do that, right? At the very beginning, right? My claim, again, at the point of a hypothesis, not even a theory, because I don't know, I'm not sure, is that quotas and reservation or whatever you want to call it work if they target the root rather than the end result. That's just my guess. I could be completely wrong, and that says nothing about whether the whole reservation thing in India has worked. I think it could work if done right. And if it's done wrong and it doesn't work, that doesn't say that reservations as a whole is a bad idea. Okay, Al-Uza saying, is their channel like it's really easy to find them, okay? Just search for the Indian Atheist, and then you should be able to find the channel, okay? It should be easy to find, but yeah. Yeah, awesome, Turtle, exactly. And this guy is saying, keep it up. I will.
Is because of reservations, what explains India's poor contribution to science and technology before independence or before the British?
Wait, I don't understand this point. Can you explain it one more time slowly?
Contribution to science and technology. But if our mediocrity is because of reservations, what explains India's poor contribution to science and technology before independence?
Poor contribution to science and technology before the independence? Wouldn't that be because colonialism and stuff like that?
Mediocrity is because of reservations. What explains India's poor contribution to science and technology before independence?
Wouldn't the easy answer be colonialism?
Or before the British?
Because of the British and because of the Muslims? Oh yeah, not because of before the British? Wouldn't that be because of Islam?
Charge, or before the Mughal Sultanate when the caste system was in full swing?
Well, because they were being oppressed or colonized? Isn't that the answer people give?
Were we inventing calculus? Were we thinking about magnets or electricity? No.
Well, yeah, because, okay, so you're saying the caste system was in full swing back then, so why didn't we do science stuff? Well, somebody could say because we were invaded, I guess. No, is that not the answer?
We were busy burning widows on the pyres of their deceased overage husbands. We were busy doing nothing apart from fighting amongst ourselves like cats and dogs, while the lower castes did all our work for us, without fair compensation and without dignity. It is okay,
here, let me see. Rich Dalits are also discriminated, and we want Dalits with rich positions and power to help majority Dalits which are poor. Okay, you guys don't understand what I'm saying, okay? Yes, I didn't say rich Dalits do not... Okay, I never said rich Dalits do not face discrimination. I think you guys are just misunderstanding what I'm saying, okay? Just because wealth is a good measure of how much you've been discriminated against, that's not the same as saying if you're a rich Dalit, you're not discriminated against, okay? Let me just make this easy for you guys, okay? If I could show you that if I say a rich black man in the United States has it better than a poor white man in the United States, if I say that, and if I say a poor white man in the United States has to go through more hurdles to succeed in life than a rich black man, if I say that, that is not denying that a rich black man is more likely to face racism than a poor white man. See how that works? One of these statements is not denying the other one. And it's not denying the fact that two people, what? It's so easy. I don't even know way I have to explain this. And it doesn't mean that the racism against black people as a whole does not hold them back to accumulate wealth as easy as white people will be able to. Okay? If I point to some rich black people, it doesn't deny the fact that as a whole, there is no systemic discrimination against black people in the United States. It does not deny that fact. Okay? These points are not mutually exclusive. Kraton is saying, based on news articles, reservation gives lower caste Hindus college seats and jobs for extremely low grades, not just a little less. This seems worrying. No, I don't know. I haven't looked into this. I don't know if what you're saying to me is accurate. Gives lower caste Hindus college. Again, there's a lot of misinformation, so I really have to, this seems like just scratching the surface of something that needs to be dug in very deep. Like, you need to do a lot of analysis to be able to have a opinion about this. I think I'm not even willing to have not given how much I've looked into this, which is almost zero. I'm not even willing to have a hypothesis level claim about this right now. Maybe later I will. I don't. Edgar's saying, do you think Enlightenment scientific revolution happened in Europe by chance, or was it due to the high population density and competition between the many states? I think it was because of the Renaissance that came before it. And the Renaissance was responsible for a lot of wealth accumulation in Western Europe. And wealth accumulation led to a lot of people specializing and focusing on improving ways of living, scientific methods, specializing in just thinking about things rather than actually producing things themselves. And the Renaissance that came before I think the Renaissance is responsible for the Enlightenment, and this before the scientific revolution, before it, and the Enlightenment after. Right, the Enlightenment that came after the scientific revolution, right after the scientific revolution, was basically a cheerleading of the scientific revolution, but also applying the methodology of the scientific revolution to societal studies, social studies, whatever you call it. Ice Age is saying, but it is denying the fact that the black man got rich despite slavery laws. No, I do not. I specifically said I do not deny that. I specifically came up with examples to say that I do not deny that with regards to caste. So you see how there was no level playing field. I did not say there was a level. I never said there was. I specifically came up with examples to say that there's not a level playing field. Ugh. Guys, you're not listening. Sajib saying, yeah, okay. I'm not going to read that. Guys, let's focus. Let's focus on this video. We need to get this done, or else we're going to be here forever.
Meditation on a level playing field that fosters excellence. A level playing field is precisely what the caste system is not, and a level playing field is precisely what reservations aim to achieve.
Yeah, and I agree that the best way to create a living playing field is to create equal opportunity, but not equal outcome. Okay, what the government is supposed to do is to create equal opportunity by lifting people that are falling behind up. And the best way you could do that is with education and giving access to education more to the people that have been left behind. Okay, so that's how you create equal opportunity. If you try to apply the same methodology when it comes to job application to the labor market, I think now you're switching from creating equal opportunity to closer to actually creating, again, not completely. I understand how it could still be seen as giving equal opportunity, but it's getting closer to providing equal outcome rather than equal opportunity, and that's like, I think, going too far, right?
So if you really want excellence, you should be rallying behind reservations, not ranting against it.
Yeah, again, I do not know if reservations have been done properly in India, but I do not disagree with the principle. I think if done right, it will do wonders. Oh, okay, sorry. He is listening. He's just making sure you and he are on the same page of understanding. Okay, okay. Then I am. I agree with you. I'm on the same page with you. Thank you, Soraya, for clarifying that. I love the live chat, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
And
You correct me every time I misunderstand something. You guys are great. I love you guys.
as far
No, I only love you if you're subscribed.
as brilliance finding a reluctant escape to the US, I'm sorry, that's just plain ridiculous. Do you think people who leave India for the US do so reluctantly? Have you seen someone who just got an offer from a US firm or a student who just got accepted by a foreign university? Reluctance is the last fucking thing on their minds.
Huh. Good point. Ice Age is saying yes, but you have to invest and favor discriminated people first to get them to the level where they can exploit equal opportunity, equity first, and equality. Equality of opportunity. Not yeah. I mean, that's what I'm arguing for. Equal opportunity, not equal outcome. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we agree.
You think if we shut down the whole system of reservations, that'll put a cap on people escaping the country? They escape because India, my India, I don't know about your India or Mr. Sadhguru's India, but my India is a backward country.
Oof, shots fired.
India is a backward country, most of all because of the caste system. It is the single biggest reason we are where we are. It is beyond a shred of doubt India's biggest enemy ever.
Wow, that's a major claim. Is it the biggest enemy? I would say the biggest enemy of India is Hindutva. I'm not sure, guys. I can't tell. Maybe he's right.
And India, meaning we, the people, all of us,
Okay, so I is saying, I mean, rich and powerful Dalits also need reservation to stay in power because others will demolish them. There's a cost and benefit to all of this. What I was arguing is not that doing reservation based on, first of all, you shouldn't have reservation to stay in power. Reservation, I think, should be based on root causes. It should be based on education, I think, okay? But I understand that you can come up with examples for why, if you do it based on caste, it would be better. But I'm arguing that if you do a cost benefit analysis, whether you do it by wealth or whether you do it by caste, I'm pretty sure you could find pros and cons for either one. Okay, I'm pretty sure if you do it by wealth instead of caste, you're gonna have some missed opportunities that if you did it by caste, it would have been, in those situations, it would have been better, right? What I'm arguing that if you do it by wealth, on average, the pros are going to be more than the cons. Not that there is no cons for doing it by wealth and that there is no pros for doing it based on caste system. My hypothesis is that you're going to cover more of your bases if you do it by wealth instead of by caste. That's my argument. So if you say like, oh, no, this is one reason why you should do it based on caste, that doesn't negate what I'm saying, because I didn't say the pros are all on one side and the cons are all on the other side. I'm just saying the net of pros and cons is more based on wealth.
needs caste.
Hold on, let's go. Yeah, I know you guys are saying Hindutva is against caste discrimination. I heard that many, many times. That's why I separated Hindutva from caste discrimination. Okay? I said Hindutva is more dangerous to India than caste discrimination because I talked about them separately from caste discrimination. So your point doesn't negate what I just said, right? So there are two different evils. Which one is the greater evil? Yeah, people say, yeah. So I know they say the biggest problem is Muslims, yeah, which is, I know.
It is beyond a shred of doubt India's biggest enemy ever. And India, meaning we, the people, all of us, needs caste-based reservations like a tumor needs fucking...
Wait, he said, look at what he said. Oh no, caste. I thought he said class.
We, the people, all of us, needs caste-based reservations like a tumor needs fucking surgery. Kangana has also written...
I like his metaphors. By the way, guys, my position on whether wealth reservation is going to work better than caste discrimination, like, I'm not married to that position. I'm willing to like let go of this position as soon as I hear that like anything that could reasonably like convince me. Like, this is not something I'm sure about. Okay, I'm not like, I hope I'm not coming across to you guys as this is the right position. I'm not at all sure about this position. Sajib is saying, if there is reservation, how will we fight caste system? I know people who went to India and changed their caste to lower caste to get government job. Okay, these are anecdotal examples. Just because you know some people that did this, that doesn't mean that's a major problem that we need to adjust for. Any solution that you could come up with is going to have some side effects that people could point to as a source of a problem. There is not a single policy that you could come up with that solves a lot of problems without some collateral damage here and there. Okay, that's why people say there's no solutions, there's only trade-offs, and you have to pick up the trade-offs that has the least amount of harm and the highest amount of good. So coming up with anecdotes of misfires here and there doesn't really disprove how good a policy is. I'm not saying I endorse these policies right now because I don't know, but you have to do better than anecdotal stories to argue against a policy. Wow, I don't know if that's true.
And said some other fantastic stuff on this issue, but sadly, for now, we're out of fucks to give. We'll have a lot more to say about the caste system in the future though, because let's face it, what else is there in Hinduism, right?
God, I love this guy. We're gonna learn a lot from this guy here on this channel. Okay, I'm looking forward to his future videos.
वो सब अद्वैत वेदांता वगैरह जो है ना,
all that Advait Vedanta stuff is utter nonsense. Oh, it's like he's basically saying the Vedas are utter nonsense. Man, I love this guy.
घंटा कुछ नहीं रे, भरे पेट.
It's the ramblings of fool beliefs and vacant brains.
खाली भेजे की बात नहीं है. न्यूयॉर्क
It's a scheme to defraud some stupid white people.
कागो जाके बेवकूफ गोरों को ठगने की तरकीबें हैं सब की सब. अरे हम
We are the public.
पब्लिक है भैया, सब जानते हैं.
We know everything.
Anyway, I hope we've made up.
I don't know what that was. I think you guys, the Indians in the live chat, I think you got his references more than I did. I don't know what he was talking about.
Position clear? The Indian atheist wholeheartedly and unequivocally supports caste-based reservations. We do, however, maintain that the apparatus that grants the non-creamy layer certification should be made more transparent and foolproof so that the benefits are not abused and so that upper caste belligerents like Kangana and myself from a decade ago may have one less excuse to wage war on the institution of paramount importance, that is, the caste-based reservations. The Indian atheist takes this opportunity to salute the real greatest socio-political scholar of this country.
Oh, this is the guy that was on the frame behind him. We need to look at this guy. Guys, we need to learn more about this guy. Ambedkar. Founding father and the architect of the Constitution of India. Seemed like an enlightened person.
Indeed, one of the greatest in the world.
Yeah, you guys are noticing that how he's very careful with his language. He said some. Yes, we can relate with him. Guys, go show this guy some love. Go subscribe to this channel. Make sure you reward him with subscribers. Okay? And yeah, and make sure you tell him that Atheist Republic sent you. Guys, we don't need Hindu atheists. We need Indian atheists, okay? This is what we need. Less Hindu atheists, more Indian atheists.
The one and only Dr. Ambedkar. If you want to know what true scholarship feels like, read Ambedkar. Not being acquainted, at the very least, with this stellar intellect is a damn pity for any Indian who calls herself an atheist, period.
Man, I love this guy.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Dhanyavad. Shukriya.
Guys, why is this channel so low in subscribers? It's a crime that this channel is so low. Oh, it's 500 now. Wait, is that 100 of you guys? It just right now from the beginning of stream, it went from 400 to 500. Was this all of you guys? Wow, we got him like, yeah, great, guys, good job. For in the past 1 hour, this guy went up from 400, low 400s to 500. We did it, guys. Let's get this guy to 1,000. Look, he has like good quality videos. I don't understand what his logo mean. I think he could change that, but yeah, overall that was fantastic. Man. We needed this. You know where I get man from? I get it from watching AP videos. But yeah, finally Armin is noticing Ambedkar after we all told him this 1,000 times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys throw me a lot of Indian names at me. They all sound the same to me, okay? I'm a visual person. I need to see like a portrait of somebody and then it will click, okay? I'm sorry. I don't get it. Like, Indian names doesn't click, okay? Sorry, okay? I'm going to pay more attention, okay? I'm going to remember. Amber. Yeah. Yes, this is we. Atheist King 53 is saying the Durga Puja festival is starting this Thursday. Any plans? What plans should we have? I don't know. What should we have? What's the plan? Tell me. I don't know what to do. You look. Yep. I subscribe. Yep. We subscribe. Oh, I already subscribed. Oh, you subscribed a week back. Even if you subscribe to him before I told you, go tell him that I sent you there. I don't care. Tell him I sent you there. What's the channel? Somebody's asking what's the channel. Here, it's the Indian Atheist. It's so easy to find. You guys want me to link to everything? Like, are you guys that lazy? You cannot like search for the Indian Atheist? Soha is saying, here's your link in the live chat. You get lazy. Here, Soha. Soha is doing your work for you. Like in the live chat, Soha's link to the channel. I just subscribed to his channel. This is a link to his channel. Look, amazing. Thank you, Soha. The Sita Kelly pick is like 99% done. Okay, it's colorized. You guys want to see the latest sketch? Do you guys want to see the latest sketch for the? You guys deserve it. Do you guys want to see? You guys want to see the colorized sketch? Oof. I should reward you guys. You guys have been so good today. I will reward you with the latest sketch of. You guys want? Tell me. Oh, Idris subscribe. Random commenter. Yeah, don't just subscribe. Comment. If you guys tell me you've been good, tell me that you have not only subscribed to the Indian Atheist, but you also went ahead and told him that the Atheist Republic sent you, and then I will reward you with the latest sketch of Sita and Callie. Yes, you guys have? Have you? Tell me you've been good boys and girls. Yes, Sexy Callie. Hell yeah. So, okay. I have the colorized version of the latest sketch. Again, no, I'm not the artist. We hired a really good artist. There's some still things that are out of proportion a little bit. This is not the final draft. Not the final draft. Okay, this is the colorized version of the first draft. Okay, so there's going to be still a lot of improvements that is going to be made to it. Hey, Susanna is here. Susanna is the person that has been working really hard with the artists. Coming up like most of the details of what I'm going to show you right now is Susanna's idea. So you have Susanna to thank for this, okay? I mean, you have Susanna to thank for everything. Atheist Republic would have gone, it would be gone by now if Susanna didn't come and save us. So we need Sita and Callie. You guys, okay, did you guys tell him? I'm only going to show you guys if you guys told okay, fine. I'll just show you guys, okay? See, I'm so good to you guys. Let me share you. Are you guys ready? I'm so good to you guys. Boom! This is the latest colorized version of Sita and Callie. What do you guys think? Do you guys like? Again, there's some changes that needs to be made. There are a lot of things that need to be improved. And again, Susanna is right on top of this. And the artist, guys, like, The first sketch that came out, it was like almost like wow, amazing. Love the artists that we're working with. Do you guys? Yeah, look, you guys like it? Oof. Yeah, now right? So we're gonna be adding a. I don't know which hand we're gonna be adding a wedding ring. We're also celebrating. We're also like trying to help the fight for LGBT marriage in India. So in this scenario, both Sita and Kali are married. Like they both divorced their husbands and they're married. So we're gonna put wedding rings on one of their hands. I don't know exactly which hand, but that's what Susanna is working on. And you could also see that Sita already has. You can see Sita already has the LGBT flag around her arm. You guys like this? Yeah, you guys like this, hey? You guys, wow, love it. I love, mashallah. Nice, Turtle saying, nice. Yes, Susanna is on top of this. Yes, Kelly is looking more booty. No, and the proportions need to be changed a bit. This is going to create a lot of controversy, I bet. Kelly is thick. Yeah, Kelly's supposed to be thick. She's a warrior. She does a lot of lifting. She does a lot of squats. Insha Iblis. What else you guys say? This made even Allah cry. Yeah, but they're both thick. How do we know that's Sita? Well, we did. We did like a sari on her, but then we removed it. How do we know it's Sita? Okay, you guys want more defining features that makes it clear that this Sita? Tell us what is. Give us some feedback. Give some feedback to Susanna. What should we do? What defining features that this need to be added on for it to make it more clear that it's Sita? Should we just write Sita next to her name? Any advice? Oh, most of you are saying thick. Most of you are just focusing on this pic is love. Tell me, guys. Yes, defining features. What defining features? You have to identify the defining features. I've been looking at a lot of pictures of Sita. You guys have to tell me exactly what. Oh yeah, look the. Oh, you somebody saying a tattoo of Ram. That would be okay. That's a good idea. But you guys can see like Kelly has an Atheist Republic tattoo. Do you see that? You guys noticed that, right? Just like the first art that she had. I wonder if Muhammad. Armin saying give Sita a Jai Shri Ram tattoo. Make Sita with saffron clothes. Would that be a defining feature? So change her clothes to saffron color. I mean, Sita doesn't have any defining features. Yeah, but you guys like here. Please make it clear so that people will know how. What's Sita's defining features? Should we like fire? Make her lit on fire. How about that? Should be like should she have like fire around her? Is that should that be it? What do you guys think? Should Sita be on fire? Fap fap. Saffron doesn't necessarily mean it's her. I think if she's on fire, that's a defining feature. Defining feature of Sita is that she has Ravana with 10 heads standing around them. No, I think the fire would be cool. Great idea. Yes? Yes, use fire. Fire! Sita is on fire. She would be in flames. Yeah, not bad idea. Yeah. Guys, I'm a genius. I came up with that. Nice foot bracelets. It doesn't matter if they. Okay, would people get the fire reference? Well, I mean, if they don't, then they will ask why she's on fire, and they will see the story of Sita, and it would be clear. I mean, who else was on fire? Like, it would be definitely Sita, and nobody else on Sita. Like, if anybody wants to know, it would be Sita that is on fire. No, the tattoo idea is like too modern. Like, who? Like, do the Hindu, like, people would like love Ram, and they're like, they wouldn't do that. I don't know. What are you talking about? Fire wouldn't be a defining feature. Sita's famous story is when she was like set on fire. Literally, like that would be the most defining feature of Sita. I think and it would be so easy to add here. You could just have like flames around her. I think that would be so hot, actually. Yeah, you guys agree? Who the hell is Sati? Sati was also on fire. Why are you keep burning your woman? God damn you! Who's Sati? Why does it sound like Sita? Sati? Stop burning people! Oh, another person? Holika was also on fire? Okay, fine. Sita is the most famous person that was set on fire. Okay? I don't know. I think it's like if that's not an identifying feature, I don't know what else. Sati was. Why are you burning all your women? What the hell is wrong with you? Fire wasn't Sita pulled into the ground? That was the end story. That was in the middle of the story. She was set on fire. The end of her story, she was pulled into the ground. I don't know. I think fire is cool. Okay, saffron sari with fire. So make her. Well, she can't have sari on. She's like getting it on with Callie. But we make like her clothes saffron and we're putting it on fire. Yeah, Sita was on fire. Lesbian couples of India would love this. Okay, we'll put Sita on fire. I think. Yeah. Sati is Shiva's wife. She went on fire to save Shiva. Everybody just catches fire in India, apparently. All right. I don't think Sati is famous. Who cares about Sati? She's not as famous as Sita, okay? When you see somebody on fire next to Kali, the first thing that comes to your mind is Sita. If that's not a defining feature of Sita, then Sita doesn't have any other defining features, okay? I'm sorry. There's no other defining features, okay? A quiet Renaissance is saying fire is a great idea, or you could have the earth opening up under them. Yeah, that would be too many elements under the video. And here's the thing, okay? The fact that this could be any woman, and then by putting her on fire, she ends up being only the potential pre-woman in Hinduism, it's already defining feature enough, okay? The fact that it doesn't narrow it down to a Sita, like people could just ask by then, like, who is this? The art would be labeled, okay? You know, like you see an art and you're like, who is this depicting? And you see the label on the art and like, oh, it's depicting this person. And then you realize who it's depicting, okay? So the name of the art will be clear enough who these people are. But we'll put her on fire just in case, okay? Don't be that picky, guys. You guys don't like it. Fire is considered the purest thing that cannot be contaminated by anything in Hindu mythology. Yeah, so by putting her on fire, we're making it clear that she's also in Hindu mythology. Like, then people could clarify which Hindu mythology, which character in Hindu mythology, and they ask her, like, oh yeah, she's Sita. Like, that's it. That's all we need to do. Sita's dad name is Janak, and mom's name is Mathil, and her nickname is Janaki, which means daughter of Janak. And Mathili, you can make a tattoo of. Not. I don't know. I don't know. That's too much. Hey, Armin, draw a saffron sari lying around on floor like she removed it. Maybe. Susanna, you let me know what you think. There's too many elements though on the art though. Oh, a golden deer is another identifying feature of Sita, part of the story. Golden deer. Guys, golden deer. Where do we put the golden deer? Golden deer, is that true? Can we put a golden deer behind them? This is going to delay the art, by the way. And we need to pay the artist a bit more because we're adding like a huge other character. We're adding like a major character. Oh, guys, what if we put a golden deer like as a jewelry or something? Just a subtle hint. Instead of like adding a whole golden deer, because guys, that would be like an extra. Like we have to pay the artist more to like draw a deer, and it's going to really delay the process. So what if we just add the jewelry? Do a Google image search of Indian comic book Sita, Daughter of the Earth. It has images of Sita's hair jewelry and her sari that might... Hair jewelry. No, we're not going to add sari. She needs to be like... She's like getting ready to do stuff with Callie. So she's not going to have her sari on, okay? It needs to be sexy. But hair jewelry, maybe. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Turtle, thank you so much for the super chat. I almost forgot to thank you. Sita is portrayed as a submissive woman. She's a plot device, so there is no defining feature. Well, there is a okay. Her defining feature now, from now on, is that she married Callie. Okay, we're adding that to the story. Golden deer, looking at them again. That's going to be like a huge other change to the art. I think like maybe golden, a subtle jewelry with a golden deer on it, like just a subtle hint that this is Sita without like making it a big deal. But okay, the reason why I don't want to put Ram here is because they both left their husbands in this scenario. Okay, Ram was abusive. Ram was abusive. We're not going to celebrate Ram here. Okay, Ram was abusive to Sita, and she left him, and now she's with Callie. So that's why we don't want to put like, yeah, Ram is going to go marry Muhammad. We're going to have that. That's coming after this one, okay? Ram and Sita are separated. Sita is with Callie now, and Ram is going to be with Muhammad. The one that is coming after this is going to be Ram and Muhammad. I don't know what that means. Yeah, exactly. Screw Ram. Ramya is saying screw Ram. We don't need him. No. Kratz is like, show a Ram in the background fuming over his ex-wife getting it on. No, Ram is okay. He found Muhammad and he fell in love with Muhammad. A bracelet around her upper arm, right below the rainbow band of a golden deer. Yes, this is the best idea, Torel. A bracelet around her upper arm, right below the rainbow band of a golden deer. Perfect. And she's on fire or not on fire? Or it's going to be Krishna. Yes, Susanna saying it was going to be Krishna with Muhammad. But given this Jai Shri Ram and everybody being so Ram thingy, I think it should be Ram and Muhammad. I switched it from Krishna to Ram. I didn't say, Sajib was saying, so everybody becomes gay after divorce? No. They divorced because they discovered that they're gay. They didn't become gay after the divorce. They found out why their marriage is not working. And then they got divorced. It's the other way around. Amoeba saying, divide the screen into two halves. No, that's not good. Sita's half will have a forest background with a golden deer, and Callie's background will have something like a... Guys, yeah, sure. Like, we have the budget for all of that background. You think we're made out of money? You know how much money we're spending on this art? This art is expensive. Guys, if you want more art, wow. Thank you so much, Rocky, for becoming a new member. This membership is going to go directly to our art. But guys, we're making one new art. Thank you so much, Rocky. Thank you, very much appreciative. We're going to use your membership money to make more art. But if we get, right now we're at 170 patrons, And we promised you that if we had 160 patrons, we're going to make one of these arts for you every single month. Every month, we're going to make a new one, okay? Again, they're expensive. But if you want more art, then we also promised you that if we hit 200 patrons, we're only 30 patrons away, 30 patrons away to making one of these arts every single week. Every single week. Okay? So we're at 170 right now. Link to our Patreon is in the description. If you get us to 200 patrons, we're going to make one new art every single week. Okay? Yeah, Kali Muhammad BDSM is coming up as well. That's the fourth one. How much? How much does it cost? I'm not going to tell you that. That's like trade secrets right now. Yeah. Anyways. Guys, do not, wait, let me look at you while I tell you this, okay? Do not become a patron if you're struggling financially, okay? I appreciate it if you consider, you're like, oh my God, they're making one art every month. I can't wait. They have so many good art coming. They're going to have one of Muhammad and Ram. And then they're going to have one with Kali and Muhammad. The one after that is going to be Kali and Muhammad. And Kali and Muhammad is going to be tied up, and Kali is going to be whipping Muhammad. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be both. It's not going to be derogatory. Muhammad is going to be enjoying it. It's going to be looking sexy, elegant. There's some BDSM going on between Kali and Muhammad, and this is a way for us to like telling to Hindus, like, see, like, we're making art that they like. Because imagine if Kali has Muhammad tied up and she's like whipping him, right? They're like, this is like Hinduism dominating over Islam. So all of the Hindus that got angry with us, they should all of a sudden be like, this is actually, we like this one. Hinduism dominating over Islam, that's going to be like, they might all of a sudden be like, forgive me for everything, for all the art we make, right? So that one is coming, the fourth one. And then the after that one is going to be Fatima and Aisha. Again, Aisha, when she's an adult, right? After, so 18 plus, like Aisha wasn't always a child. So we're going to do Aisha as an adult with Fatima. So we're going to have, Sunni Shia together. And then after that, we're going to go back to Hinduism. And we're going to have Kali and another Hindu goddess. And you guys will decide which Hindu goddess. Kali and another goddess will be licking Shiva Linga. Shiva, how do you say that? Shiva Ling? Shiva Ling. Shiva Ling. There's going to be a Shiva Linga between Kali and another Hindu goddess, and they're going to be pouring milk on top of it, and they're both going to be licking it. Okay, that's going to be the art after that, and we're going to produce one of, and then I don't know what's going to be the after that one, right? But we're going to produce one art every month. But all of this is going to happen faster. It's going to be one art every week instead of every month if we have 200 patrons, and we're so close. We're so close. But if you're like, oh my God, that sounds so exciting, I want to be a patron so I could get them there. But I don't know if I should do it because I don't have a... Don't! Because if you're struggling financially, you shouldn't be supporting us financially. Instead of supporting us financially, you could like this video, you could share this video, and that will help this channel grow. And indirectly, you're going to get us more patrons without actually you becoming a patron, okay? So don't support us financially if you're struggling financially. Only consider becoming a YouTube member or a patron if you are at ease financially, okay? We also got a super chat right now. Hold on. Torel just gave us a 50 Danish crowns. I remembered. Wow, impressive. 50 Danish crowns super chat. Thank you so much, Torel. Torel saying, everybody for an intense laugh from the absurdity of caste and colorist bigotry. Search on YouTube for Sekiram Dark Skin. Oof. I don't know if you could show that, but guys, go search for that. Sekiram Dark Skin. Terrell is suggesting if you want to laugh at the absurdity of caste and colorist bigotry. Okay? Thank you so much for the super chat. What else? Quiet Renaissance saying, make sure it doesn't look like Kali punishing Muhammad because Hindutva people might love that. Yeah, well, yeah, they should love it, and they should be like, well, maybe, second, we might give Armin another chance. But again, Muhammad is going to be loving it, okay? So, Kali is going to be punishing Muhammad, and Muhammad is going to enjoy, it's consensual. We're not promoting anything non-consensual, okay? Muhammad wanted this, okay? So, this is going to be punishment of Muhammad, but Muhammad is going to look like he's enjoying every second of it. Okay. Anyways. All right, I'm gonna go. Guys, please make sure you subscribe. I'm not gonna yell today. Okay, sometimes I'm gonna be yelling at you guys, but today I'm just whispering. Okay, if I yell, I'm not gonna do a surprise. I'm doing this new thing that if I yell at you to subscribe, I'm gonna do a trigger warning. But today I'm just gonna ask you very nicely. I'm gonna tell you very politely that I hate your guts if you're not subscribed. I hate you. I hate you to the bones, okay? You are a worthless piece of crap if you're not subscribed to this channel, okay? But it's okay. You could change that so easily. You just go from being a worthless nobody to being somebody that I adore and love just by not being subscribed to all of a sudden being subscribed. So, just do it, okay? Do it. Oh, and we got a super chat. Let me highlight that 1 second. Thank you, Daryl, for 20 Danish crown super chat.